conflict does not occur sort of uniformly across space. We know that it changes with time. We know that the influence of conflict upon underlying populations also changes, right? For people who are, as Mike said, brave enough to try to put together all of this data into a single kind of platform, analyzing, interacting with the data, and sharing the data, especially with current tools, can be a little bit difficult. You know, sending shapefiles in zipped format back and forth, for example. Conflict event data, as you know, doesn't come in a single unified format. It's usually compiled from a series of various reports. None of the field names are the same, things like this. Right? The same is true for the other data we like to use, population data, data for refugee camps, for example, population movements, more specific than just the data itself, and also ecological data like disasters, flooding, for example, droughts. All of these data are useful, but they're usually, they have a very kind of specific, they're created in a very specific way, right, for a particular agency with a particular mission statement and so on. The ideal goal then would be to sort of share all of the insight in this room and in this broader community in a single map. And if you imagine starting with a blank map, we'd like to slowly add layers, right, all of these complicated factors. And ideally, we would be able to do this in a matter of weeks, right, instead of months or even years.
Thank you, Andrew. So that's what we set out to do with SpatialKey. SpatialKey is a web-based, cloud-based environment that is designed for collaborative sharing and analysis of information. So it's kind of a blend of business intelligence plus GIS. When we set out to develop SpatialKey, we had one objective: to be able to put the kind of power that this kind of tool can bring into the hands of people who've never touched a GIS system in their life. You know, we talked to the community that we work with, and they said very simply, Mike, we need something that we can stand up and deploy ourselves without any IT help. We need something that we can learn how to use and create and share interactive analysis and reports with in just about 20 minutes. We need to be able to afford that on a departmental level budget. That's what we set out to do. So SpatialKey today can take information like this, which is shapefile information, in this case droughts. We can take other stuff right out of the data sets that most people use. In many cases, we're consuming hundreds of thousands of data points and analyzing that in real time. So we can cut through the data instantly in this environment. We can also bring that other information like the ACLID data in, and whether you want to present it as point data or whether you want to heat map that data, you can do that. Every element in the SpatialKey environment is an interactive element. So if I come up here and I click down on these 16 incidents, the map will automatically update and show me those 16 incidents. If I pan or zoom the map, how I'm visualizing that will change instantly, and the data associated with that will change instantly. You can also see that we're providing some statistical analysis here of these incidents as well. So the intention here is to put that kind of capability into folks' hands so that really with no programmers, no specialists, and no waiting, you can literally create something like this without ever having used SpatialKey in probably about maybe 45 minutes from the time you start, and then present that out and share that interactively with the community. So in SpatialKey, you can bring you can load your own data in, or you can work with back-end data sets that are automatically pushed into SpatialKey as events occur, as business rules dictate. You can take and turn on and turn off layers, as you do that, everything on the screen changes. So we're here throughout the conference. We'd love to have your participation in this. If you come by, all the data that Andrew has talked about is available in a SpatialKey instance that we have. Give us your contact information. We'll send you an invite into that environment. You can play with this data, play with the tool, and also load your own data up in there if you want to, and take a look at what that looks like in here. So thanks for your time. Very, very happy to be a part of this wonderful gathering, and look forward to doing a lot of good work with partners and other stuff going forward. Thank you.